The conference has been unlocked.
This thing on? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Welcome back. Welcome back to week 2 of Ravens Daily. I'm your host, Coach Evans. And as you can see, today's topic is, does defense still win championships? Does defense still win championships? Matter of fact, let me run this back real quick. All right. That's the question for today. Does defense win championships? And before we get to the phone lines, again, the phone lines are open. Let me put that number up there. I had this up there for last night. Let me change it back. There it is. All right, there's the number scrolling across the bottom of the screen. And let me turn my watch off before we start getting aggravated. There we go. So again, does defense win championships? First of all, let me give a few shout outs to the people in the chat box so far. We got Stephen F. I think Brandon was first. Brandon Bazell was first. Stephen F. Who else we got? Will G. What's up, Ravens Nation and Coach? Team Ramey Senior. What's good, everybody? Appreciate you for coming through. Yes, Will G is the same number. It's scrolling across the bottom down there. MDT Sports is already speaking on the traffic. What up, Hendo? See you a little later on, my brother. What's that? Naga Byron. I see you. Now, again, there's this big up and down about the Ravens, and we go defense real heavy. And, there's a thing out there, we don't prioritize offense. And, it's a lot of back and forth going on through Ravens Twitter, through Ravens group chats, and just through casual conversation with Ravens fans. My thing is, in the past, yes. Like the first Super Bowl for Baltimore, defense definitely won that championship because the offense was borderline putrid. But that was 2001. It's 2023. Does defense still win championships? There are going to be some that says yes, and some that agree with the way the Ravens have built the offense. Or the defense. And there's going to be some say no. And, their thing is what's happening offensively. And we're not talking about Lamar's contract today. Well, we may eventually get to that, but because everything revolves around that. But really, the team building is what I want to focus on today. The team building aspect of Baltimore is what I want to focus on today. So again, phone lines are open. We got a few callers over there. I think they should be able to hear me, so they still know what's going on with the show. And I'll kind of describe more what's on screen for those that are on the phone line, so you won't miss out on what's on the screen while you wait on me to transfer over there. So, without further ado, let's get on over to our comment of the day. Our Jane Doe comment of the day. Make sure I'm in the right spot. All right. And again, Jane Doe is our sponsor. Condiments, beverages, and desserts websites, JaneDoeForHighDays.com. Go over there, check it out. See something you like, go ahead, put an order in. Tell them Coach sent you. All right. But again, the comment of the day is from Jeremiah. And Jeremiah is one of the few that, matter of fact, y'all may not even know how to get to the comment of the day. So let me tell you how to get there first. On the community tab, after this show, once I put tomorrow's topic up there, you go under that post on the community tab and you write your comment, like what you think about that topic that day. And so I'll check it before the show, and the one I like the most, or the one I think can spark the most conversation, I'll pick that as the Jane Doe comment of the day. And I think Jeremiah, this is show 4. I think this Jeremiah's second, if not third time being up there. But again, I appreciate you, Jeremiah, for contributing to the show and participating and whatnot. But again, I don't have a set time that's going to be up there. It kind of depends on when I come up with, what I want to do the next day. And obviously this one was up there for a while because I think I put it up there Saturday. But let's get to Jeremiah. He says, don't play the defense. Don't play the Super Bowl on a slippery surface. And the answer is probably yes. And I think he's saying yes, that defense does win championships. Even the Kurt Warner Rams had big-time defensive linemen wreaking havoc all the way to the ring. Donald and the defense should have been the MVPs versus the pesky Bengals. Chris Jones and KC defense came up with the run defense and clutch rush to secure the chip. Bolton the Mike, was making tackles all over the place. Cincinnati's slot corner was a liability, and the Chiefs continued to exploit it. Tampa was loaded on defense. The Chiefs before had Sizzle and a rotation of rushers helping Mahomes hoist the trophy. Find me a championship team with a bad defense. Excuse me. Even the Colts with Manning had the defense rise up behind Bob Sanders. New England and the Giants, whoever won got defense producing big plays. If the Ravens want to make Cincinnati second best, they better continue to invest in the defense, primarily the secondary. They did almost get past them with defense if Snoop had only burrowed like Hurts. I think he's talking about the quarterback sneak, the way Hurts just try to get up under those linemen and get that yard or two. Pesky Bengals. Obviously, they need Lamar and Bateman and Duvernay and another one. And DJ Khaled saying it over and over again. Another one. OBJ is the play from my perspective, along with cornerbacks and wide receivers in the draft, edge depth, and maybe another safety even. The bottom part is more so like as far as team building for the rest of the team. But basically, he's saying, yes, he agrees that defense does win championships. So what I decided to do was I went back, starting from the year that we won the Super Bowl last. So we actually won the Super Bowl in 2013, but the actual season was played in 2012. So there's been 11 seasons since then. We're going to take a look at this next graphic. We're going to take a look at the Super Bowl champion and their rank in defense. And again, for those of you that are already on the lines, just hold on. I'm going to read it out to you so you won't miss out on what's on the screen. All right, does defense win championships? And starting on the left, obviously it's Patrick Queen up there. He played defense for the Ravens. That's why he up there. I don't want to hear no Patrick Queen slander. He's still on the team. He ain't going nowhere, I hope. But I'm nervous, but I hope. 2012, Baltimore Ravens won the Super Bowl. We were 12th in defense. 2013, the Seattle Seahawks won it. They were first. The Legion of Boom, if I'm not mistaken. They were first. 2014, the New England Patriots won, and they were 8th, which is not bad. 2015, Denver Broncos, they were 4th, which is great. 2016, New England won it again, and they were first. 2017, Philadelphia won it with the Philly special, and they were 4th in defense. 2018, New England won it again. God, how many times New England on here? 3. 2018, New England won it again, and they were 7th. 2019, Kansas City won it, they were 7th. 2020, Tampa Bay won it. They were 8th. They were only 8th with that loaded defense. They had a bunch of players on that defense, boy. And then 2021, the Rams won it. They were 15th, but they had stud players on different levels. And then last year, 2022, Kansas City won it. They were 16th. Now, keep in mind those last two teams, Rams 15th, Kansas City 16th. And this is my personal opinion. Jeremiah said he was cheating. Talking about the Patriots. This is my personal opinion. I don't think defense wins championships now. I think situational defense can help you win a championship. But I think you got to have an offense. That's my stance on it. I think Seattle Seahawks, was great. The Legion of Boom, nobody could score on them. They pretty much played the same defense all year, but they were great at executing it. They were great at passing stuff off. You come across the middle, Bam Bam Cam would clean you out. Earl Thomas, had the deep stuff. Then you had Richard Sherman at 6'3", Browner at 6'2" or 6'3", and they just would beat up on people. And you had Wagner in the middle. You had what's my other boy from Mississippi State? KJ Wright. They was deep. Then the 2016 New England team, I don't remember who was on that team. I think Woolfolk was on that team. Maybe. I don't remember if Vrabel was still there. But it's if you're in the top 5, I consider that's a great defense. If you're in the top 10, that's a good defense. So really the only anomalies to me in here is the 2012 Ravens, the 2015 Rams, the 2016 Kansas City Chiefs. But I think the last 2 years is trending towards what is going to be the new norm. You got to play situational defense. You don't have to be ranked number 1. You don't have to be ranked number 2. You don't have to be ranked number 3. But your situational defense has to be good. And Anon, I hope I'm saying that right. He just kind of alluded to what I was going to say. The rules make it harder for defenses to be as dominant these days. That's why I'm switching my stance from the defense, because 5-10 years ago, I would have told you darn right defense win championships. But the way the rules are now, I used to say playing quarterback is probably the hardest position in NFL. And it's pretty darn hard. But I think playing corner is probably the hardest thing in the NFL. Playing corner and playing one of the inside linebackers is probably the hardest positions in NFL, because both of those positions are, to play them well, you have to be physical. And you got to use your hands. Well, the rules are starting to take your hands out of it. So everything is footwork, technique, and positioning. And if you can't use your hands, it's really hard to play defense. Really hard to play defense. But again, my stance is situational defense is what you need. There are some people that think building the defense like the best you can is way to go. But we're going to jump to the phone lines and see what's what. So give me a second to transition over. Make sure I'm good. All right, got that up. Let me get to the phone lines. Get Pat Queen off my screen. I know a lot of y'all want Pat Queen off y'all team, but we ain't gonna rock like that. We ain't gonna do my boy like that. All right, first up. DDSQ, what's good, team?
What's going on with you, dog? How you doing, brother?
I'm good. What you know good today on this good Monday?
I got you, man. I got you. I'm loving what you're doing, man. So I'm trying to make this a tradition, me calling in on Mondays, man. We're going to call in a couple times last week, but I want to give other people opportunity to call in and talk with you.
Appreciate it. What'd you think about defense winning championships?
I would say I'm spot on with you, man. I'm spot on with you. As you know, I'm the resident, the Ravens are my second team because of, Ray Lewis and Lamar being from Florida, and so, but, Bucs were always my first team, and we was always built on defense. And one thing that we, Tony Dungy had to end up getting fired because you cannot win in the NFL if you just focus on one side of the ball. You got to be a balanced team. And where the NFL is going right now, I would agree with you when you say situational defense, but I would say that you would need playmakers on defense, and you need closers. And I think where the Ravens are falling short, they build up the defense, but who is the closer? Who is the playmaker on defense? Who's going to get that? Who's going to help you to get that big sack, that timely sack when you need it? Or that timely tackle behind the line of scrimmage, or that interception in the back, or force that time. Well, you got somebody that forced timely fumbles. And Marlowe and Roquan Smith, but that's what you need. And if you look at over the last, because you put it back to 2012, and when you look at it, the only team really that was really one-sided when they won the Super Bowl was that 2015 Denver team. And what did they have in common? You have Von Miller. Right. Von Miller wrecked havoc that whole game. And lightweight exposed how one-dimensional the Carolina Panthers were because they could not block him.
Yep.
And he wrecked their whole game plan. And so what I would say, I don't even think you even need a well-balanced defense like that as long as you got somebody that can – if you have one person on your defense that can wreck a game plan, like a T.J. Watt, like an Aaron Donald,
Chris
like
Jones,
Von Miller when he was in his prime, Chris Jones, going back, Warren Sapp, Michael Strahan, guys like that can whenever a play needs to be made, you need to get off the field on fourth down. You need somebody like that on defense, and the Ravens do not have anybody like that. And so if you're not going to do that, you need a playmaker on defense. And you need not necessarily a top 5 quarterback, but a great quarterback that can make plays on offense when the plays that needs to be made.
Facts.
And that's to me, I think that's the hallmark of winning. I mean, there's no true way to win a championship, but the way that's going to get you the closest, great quarterback, playmaker on defense. That's why defensive ends who can rush the passer like that and wreck game plans make $25 million a year.
Right. And what I always tell people, on offense, 11 people got to do their job. On defense, it's going to take but one to win. One. Whether it be beating the tackle for a sack, whether it be beating a guard or center to get a TFL, whether it be an interception by a cornerback, because you can have one cornerback get burnt and the quarterback cornerback to get burnt, and the quarterback don't throw it, he throw it to the cover dude in his pick. That one person made a play when the other people was out of position. So on defense, I ain't gonna say it's easier, but if you got like you said, a game record at any level. And your comment kind of made Jeremiah's points when on the comment of the day. He talked about the different teams that had different players, but that's that one player wreaking havoc. Chris Jones, Von Miller, Aaron Donald. And Donald had, Jalen Ramsey on the back end. So even if he couldn't get there, Ramsey and some of those other guys were able to kind of erase it or even benefit from Aaron Donald getting the pressure he did. And even when at the end of the game, Aaron Donald was like, forget it. Them last 3 plays, unblocked. Couldn't be blocked. And Von Miller that same way.
Coach. Exactly, Coach. But also, too, even if you look at those defensive rankings aren't like they used to be. Because the way they rank defenses now is yards allowed. And it's like that can be kind of misleading. And
that is what the rankings I put up there was yards. It was yards. It wasn't scoring defense. It was yards.
Right. So it's kind of hard. Like you can kind of quantify yards on offense better than defense because some defenses are built to give up yards and not give up points. And some teams don't give up. They don't give up a lot of yards per se, but they give up a lot of points because of turnovers and things of that nature. So it's how you quantify defense. But like I say, in my opinion, I ain't gonna hold you, Coach. I can talk to you all day. You already know that. But I would say you need playmakers on defense, but you need to spend the money on offense. That's the way the game is going. And another conversation for another day. It'll be a long argument. $99 over the 02 Ravens or the 2000 Ravens.
Talking about that Derrick Brooks and Warren Sapp.
All those guys. And the only reason why I say that is if you compare not necessarily the numbers, but who we played that year, offenses that we played against versus the I think it was the AFC Central y'all was in whenever they put up those records. That's another conversation for another day.
So $99 versus 2000 Ravens, 2001 Ravens.
Yeah, and only reason I say that because if you look at it, we had Rondé Barber's in the Hall of Fame, John Lynch is on the Hall of Fame, Derrick Brooks is in the Hall of Fame, Warren Sapp's in the Hall of Fame, Samir Rice should be in the Hall of Fame. Yep. And we had a Hall of Fame coach. And then and the thing about it too. Now this last thing I'm gonna let you go because I know you got to call. We got a defense named after us, the Tampa 2. What's the defense named after the Ravens? I'll leave it at that.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Appreciate it. Hey, the rest of the flock, we got to come up with a name for the 2001 defense. He didn't put us out there now. We got to strike back, flock. I appreciate it. Rude. Good call. Always a good call. Next up. Let me see. Let me get it right. I got my man Will G on the vibe. What's good, G? Oh, he hung up. He hung up as soon as I clicked the button. Call back, Will G. Call back. We'll slide to the next call and tell Will G call back. 6233. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, how you doing, Coach? I'm Devon. I'm calling from South Carolina.
Okay. South Cadillac. What's good with you? What you got for the show?
And I'm originally from Baltimore, but I'm from live in South
Oh,
Carolina
when you
now.
when you said it, I heard it. When you said the city, I heard it. But go ahead.
I, I'm I'm like you. I used to think defense won championships, but I don't think you can solely win with just defense. But what I'll say is this: I believe offense more so win championships, but I believe the defense plays a helping hand.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that, I think they do it with. I think you'll be better instead of looking at the rankings, looking at where those teams actually rank at turnovers. A lot of times when I see teams who won the Super Bowl, they actually were top 2 in forced turnovers.
Gotcha. So turnover margin.
Yeah, they top 2 with the turnovers, like getting interceptions, fumbles. Those teams that win the Super Bowl, they excellent at that. And I think a lot of people don't know that. So it's not really your overall ranking. Even if those teams were top 5 on that list you shown, I bet you they were top 2 or 3, if not number 1 in turnovers those years.
Gotcha.
Because even when we won it back in 2012, we forced a lot of turnovers.
Sure did.
We didn't do it during the season, but in the playoffs, we forced a lot of turnovers, and our offense was excellent with the way Joe Flacco was playing.
That playoff run was magical. It was magical.
Definitely. So I would definitely say defense plays a helping hand, but man, it's the offense, and when you got a player, especially like who we have at quarterback, you got to provide him with, better weapons, and to play off what I was saying with defense. When they had Ray Lewis, he was our special player. They provided him with the help he needed to be that special player and had those special defense. They haven't done that with Lamar.
Right. But with Ray, they made sure Saragusa, Sam Adams, and then when those guys stopped playing, they brought in Nada. They always had people. Price. They had people in front of him that could take up blockers and let Ray roam free.
Exactly.
So why not take that same strategy and put it on the offensive side? You got Lamar pretty much in the same position as the quarterback, the actual quarterback, and Ray was the quarterback of the defense. Take Lamar, give him the pieces he needs to be successful like you did Ray.
Exactly, and I don't think they understand that, and I don't think a lot of fans understand that, Coach. Like, it wasn't just Ray being special. They provided him with the help he needed to be special. Because nobody can be special by themselves.
True.
And you depending on 10 other players.
True. The only thing you can be special in all together by yourself, tennis and golf. That's it. Everything that's a tennis.
Basketball.
You still got, you still got to have. If you're not a, all right,
make a shot.
Say you're a big man. Right, yeah. If you're a big man, you got to have a point guard to get it to you.
Exactly. And if you're a playmaker, you need somebody to make the shot when you kick it to them. So you're absolutely right. You're 100% right.
With the exception of maybe a guy like Steph that can play the point and shoot it, and there ain't a lot of guards that can shoot it. Well, ain't nobody can shoot it like him, but I'm just speaking point guards in general that can shoot, like a Steph, like a Russ, like a Dame Lillard. There's few point guards that can actually fill it up. So they're the anomaly to it. But for the most part, like, you need at least one other guy. Yeah. Jordan needed Pippen, and LeBron needed other people. We ain't gonna go
there. But yeah, I just feel like, man, you can't. At the end of the day, you can't win with just defense. And I hear a lot of fans saying, like, when we found out about the Slay news about he was almost a Raven, a lot of people were upset because we like, y'all went to go pony up this money for Slay, and y'all found this money for Slay when you could have got a receiver or got got Odell, got something on the offense besides who they got. You understand? And fans are like, well, Slay. I heard one guy say, well, Slay's better than any receiver that's available right now in free agency. I'm like, that may be true, but no matter how great our defense is, we're not beating the Chiefs if we can't score.
Right. And
we're not beating the Bengals if we can't score. We're not beating the Bills if we can't score. The Dolphins if we can't score. Dolphin shoulders we can't beat them if we can't score.
And we scored a bunch that game.
And we scored a bunch that game. We just didn't score enough. So I get tired of fans saying defense, and I'm like, I want to say I don't want our defense to be just a walking doormat, just go ahead, you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown. But I feel like we've invested enough in the defense. It's time to pony up some of that money and some of those high-end draft picks and send them over to the office. I hear a lot of people saying we need another corner. I don't care if we sign another corner because I feel like our wide receiver room is that bad.
Mm-hmm. I would address receiver first.
Jackson Cousins start.
I would go receiver first and then kind of figure that out on the cornerback side because we good front seven wise. If we can get pressure, that'll help the corner out. If we can get pressure, that's the key.
I feel like we good on the back end because I feel like that kid Mullins, Lamar Jackson Cousins, he was a second-round pick out of Clemson. I live in South Carolina, so I seen him a lot because I stay 30 minutes from Clemson, so I see all the Clemson games.
Gotcha.
He has the talent and the potential. Y'all, you fans always saying give guys a chance. Give him a chance. He was a second-round pick, so that says he got talent. He's 6'2", he can run. So, give him a chance. Let him play. Y'all want to give, I know he's your boy, but Prochet, and I ain't going to slander him. I'm just saying they want to give Prochet, Prochet a chance. They want to give Duvernay a chance. What's the guy from Oklahoma State?
Wallace.
They want to give Wallace a chance. I'm like, cool, we gave them a chance last year. It didn't work. Let's give some of these cornerbacks a chance. We drafted the kid out of Alabama last year, the other kid out of Houston. Let's give those guys a chance on defense.
And see what we got.
Let's secure the offensive side this time because we always willing to give a wide receiver a chance. Everything got to be perfect. Always not that good. We need to bring Justin Houston back. No, this Oway third year. He needs to play. We need to figure out what we got in him. Yep. Let him play, win, lose, or draw, whether he play good or bad. So we know, hey, we need to move on from him after year 4. We don't need to pick up that 5th-year option.
100% agree. 100% agree.
So let's let these guys on defense play. And I'm with you. I don't want Pichu gone, man. I was a big Pichu fan. I don't want Pichu gone. I don't care if we let him walk in free agency after his 5th year.
Me too. That's where I'm at. I'm just let him walk and get that comp pick.
Yeah, if it means DQ or D-Hop, then yeah, I would trade him for D-Hop in the D-Hop deal. If it was like Pichu in a third, I would do that. But just to trade him just to get a second-round pick, nah. Gotcha. He played too good last year to let him go to just get a second-round pick. Yeah. Hell, we had 15 picks last year. We shouldn't need no picks. We had people complaining about having 5 picks. We had 15 of them. What was that, 11 for real?
Yeah, 11.
Let some of them young guys play, man.
I agree with you 100%. I appreciate you. What is it? Is it Davon? I want to make sure I say it right. It's Davon. I appreciate it.
Devon.
Appreciate you. Hey, before you go, I got 2 people I want you to look out for. Sage Ennis at Clemson. He a tight end. Played for me.
Yeah.
And Kiwi. What's Kiwi last name? He's a cornerback at South Carolina. Sage should be like a junior or senior. Kiwi. I can't think of Kiwi last. Keywan Banks. Keywan Banks should be a freshman or a redshirt freshman cornerback at South Carolina. Both of them play for me down here. So check them names out for Clemson and for South Carolina.
Oh, I'll definitely be keeping both of them in mind because, like I said, I watched both of them.
Appreciate
I'm not a fan of either. I'm a Miami fan, but I watch both of them because they local. So
Canes, baby.
Yeah, definitely all day them Canes, man. They giving me hell down here, but it's still them Canes all day.
Gotcha.
You take it easy. Appreciate you, Coach.
You too now.
All right,
bye. Next up, Will G. You here for me?
Will G.
What's good? What you got for the show? I appreciate you calling back, too.
Good? Oh, what's good, man? Yeah, I was trying to click over from my Bluetooth, and all of a sudden my Amazon Music came on. It's all good, though. Hey, happy blessed Monday, Coach.
Same to you.
My opinion, let me see here. You don't need a Ravens, the first Super Bowl type team anymore. And really, you can't have it anymore because the rules today really don't allow you to play like that. Because the way that they played, so many penalties would have been called that, you would have been pretty much backed up into the red zone and you'd be given a point.
And they'd have been suspended.
Yeah, and the field goal only team, that's one of the words that we can use to describe that team. I think it was like a month. We didn't even score a touchdown, but we just, we got field goals and we was winning because we were so locked down on our defense. Yeah, so I think what you still need a defense, and you guys already touched base on it, but you need an opportunistic type capable defense. That blend of, bend but don't break. But when you have the other team, pretty much checkmated, which is when you get the score up so many points, you can then release your pass rushers, because you don't got to worry about scheme anymore about, stopping them because they're now one-dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, they call it checkmated. So I believe you need a defense that's basically capable of keeping the team under 21 to 24. And that's what I said last year for our team, even without Lamar. Like, we almost beat the Bengals with our backup, Hunt.
Right.
If we could have just got, Lamar 21, 24 points, the way that our defense is built, it's a bend but don't break type defense. And the way that teams have to play Lamar is that they're always playing Russian roulette because they always have to make substitutions to stop Lamar. So they got to put corners at linebacker positions. And if you know football, so if your linemen get up to that second level on the block,
mm-hmm.
that's why your running game is going to pop 8, 9, 12 yards a pop because you have the wrong type of substitutions in for the scheme, and that's what Lamar pretty much allows. So so I think you don't need that Super Bowl first team, but definitely what you said, that probably 1 to probably top 10 in the league type team that basically doesn't bend but don't break, and then when the opportunities are there, they take it. I feel like that's what our defense pretty much has been. We just need the wide receiver crew to get the points ahead.
Exactly. They are obviously the weak link of the team. And a quick story. Quick story. When offense being the best defense, and I'm gonna tell you why. And this is on a extremely lower level. This is high school as compared to NFL. I'm not comparing the two. But when you know that your defense can't stop nobody, that puts so much pressure on your offense to try to be perfect, and which will then create not create turnovers, but will create mistakes and have people pressing when you know your defense can't stop nobody. So that's what I'm saying. The teams like KC that know they gonna score. At a minimum, they know they scoring 3 touchdowns a game. Like they walk out there knowing blindfolded we scoring 3 touchdowns. You know how much pressure that put on people when they get to clicking and they score 6 touchdowns. That means your other offense can't do nothing.
Right, and that's what I was talking about with the one-dimensional. Once you go up that point, you dictate to them what they can do on their offense.
Mm-hmm.
So they got to go out of their scheme then, and then the quarterback's always like, oh, man, I got to match this. And when you feel like you have to do something, that's when the mistakes come.
Exactly.
And that's usually what all those teams usually have, even if they're not in the top 10. Like I think it was Q, I think it was. He basically said you have the edge rushers when you can just release them. You like, hey, you now can go after the quarterback. You ain't got to worry about the run no more.
Mm-hmm.
We substituting you in to just basically go put that.
To go get it. Yep, to go get it.
The conference has been locked.
So that's what I feel about it, Coach. And one other thing, Coach, how you get that awesome Ravens cup? Like what level?
Which one?
What level of the Patreon do you got to be to get that?
The glass one or the mug?
I
The
think
clear one or the white
one?
one? Oh, you got it coming. I think you got it coming.
Oh, I got it coming.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you got it coming. You just I had to get some more in. You got it coming. Yours will be on the way probably the next couple of days.
I just making sure I'll be ready for the 2023 season, man.
Yeah. You got yours will be soon. I got my boxing right here to my left. So I got a couple. I got matter of fact, I think I should already have it. I already got your address, so I don't need it. You good? Y'all get yours out the next day or two.
Got you. Appreciate it, Coach.
Appreciate your call too.
Yes, sir.
All right, let me close that down.
Goodbye.
All right. That's the last caller because it's 5:02. Nobody else is sitting there, so I appreciate you guys for coming through. And again, I just want to reiterate my point as far as why I think defense does not win championships. And I think what I'm going to do for another time, I don't know if it'll be tomorrow or whatnot, and we may have an update tomorrow depending on how work goes. But I'll take that same list and put it in perspective as to points per game, as far as where they rank in like giving up points. So that's probably a better number than yards. The list I put up earlier was based off of yards, and let me go back to it and show you guys real quick while I explain it. That list goes off yards. All right, here's the list right here. Now, this list that went off yards. Everybody's ranking off to the right goes off of yards per game. I think I'm going to go back with the same list, the same criteria, and do it as far as points per game and where they rank. Because that's probably a better indicator of how good defensively they are. So that's what we'll do tomorrow. So we'll give an update on this list tomorrow. Then we'll get into tomorrow's topic with phone calls. Again, if it's your first time here, hit that like button for me. Hit the like button. And if you're coming, you already subscribed. But if you're just lurking, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell so you can be notified when these videos drop. And again, for the rest of the day, we got a roundtable coming up at 9:30. We have more Sip to Tally with a bunch of draft videos on it. If you missed it yesterday, my top 10 receivers came out. That's on the channel also. Go check that out. And comment down there, when you watch that top 10 receivers thing, drop a comment about who you felt was snubbed. Because there were a few people, up under there saying Cedric Tillman was snubbed. That, who else? They said Quentin Johnson should have been higher. But I think I pretty much explained my point of view for each person. So go ahead and do that. And Anthony, the pin is on it says access code. That's the pin. So try again tomorrow, Anthony. That's what it was asking for. That's the number, and you got the access code. So it asks for both. But again, thank you guys for coming out. Hit that like button. See you guys later for the roundtable. And share this video, man. Share this video. See y'all tomorrow at 4:30. Be back with that topic. And again, if you want to have a chance to be the Jane Doe coming out today, go to the community tab, find tomorrow's topic, put your comment up under there, and it might be picked to be featured on the show tomorrow. So that's how you get there. Appreciate the support. Like Will was talking about, Will was wondering when his glass was coming. His is on the way. He's a Gunslinger Patreon, so he'll be getting that soon. Got 2 more people that were Gunslinger Patreons. They'll be getting theirs soon. And I don't want to put them out there because that's their business. But that's what's up. Appreciate the support. Like, comment, subscribe. See y'all at 9:30. Peace out. And I'm back. I forgot something. I'm sorry. I'm back. I forgot something. First off, I forgot something. I'm back. I know they probably gone, but I'm back. Got a $5 super chat from Anon. He said, with the same contract we offer Slay, we probably could get OBJ at the same price. And that's probably true. That's probably 100% true. And Brandon hit the tip jar, and that's what that's pin comment for, to go to the tip jar and send it that way. He says, Sip the Tally MMG making Mondays great for the first time daily show and the roundtable. Ooh-wee. Appreciate the 10, Brandon. Brandon always come through with support. Everybody to be like Brandon. Brandon's our role model. And with that note, we're going to be out of here. I'm sorry I almost forgot, but I didn't. Better late than never. But like Dre say, never late is better. Peace, y'all.